year he honored. That's what I try to bring. I'll take it with me.
And then I'll play you my very favorite song. You could even join me. You could play along. All alone, I can only play one half of the notes where they float on the music staff. But if you play it too, we'd have quite a laugh. Oh, won't you play along?
Who wants to go play in the snow?
Join us for Magical Holidays on Disney Junior. These kids by day
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Wow!
become superheroes at night.
PJ Masks save the day!
Catboy, Gecko, Owlette. Buckle up. They're gonna take you on the best ride of your life.
We have to stop him! No!
PJ Masks
Let's go!
on Disney Junior. Join me at the keyboard. Join me in my song. You will never be bored if you play along. If it's hard getting started, we'll go real slow. You should try and play high and I'll play it low. What a thrill, I know we'll put on quite a show. Come on and play along.
Thomas and Friends, making tracks to great destinations.
Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them because you helped me to make them. Your loving Daddy.
The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue sea. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine and docks where visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the island of Sodor.
Percy the Small Engine had been working hard for the Fat Controller. The weather was cold and Percy made sure everybody knew it. "My boiler is freezing," he complained. "I'll never get enough steam in this weather," he'd pout to the other engines' dismay. Thomas was just as displeased as Percy. Thomas hated wearing his snowplow. "It's uncomfortable. I shan't wear it." And that was that. Thomas stayed in the sheds all day while Percy did Thomas's work as well as his own. That night in the sheds, Percy and Thomas started arguing. "You're lazy," Percy grumbled. "No, I'm not," Thomas snapped. Aren't? Then why don't you do your work instead of staying in the sheds all day?" Percy retorted. "My snowplow is uncomfortable." This made Percy very cross. The next morning, Percy got back to work. He went to collect Annie and Clarabelle when he saw a little engine puffing around, looking lost. "Hello?" Percy called over. "Oh, yes, hello," the little engine responded. "Do you know where the Farquhar branch is?" They smiled. "Right here, this is Farquhar Sheds." Just then, the Fat Controller arrived. "Hello, Percy. I see you've met Rosie." The Fat Controller looked at the little pink engine. "She's come here temporarily to help around Thomas's branch line while he refuses to leave the shed," the Fat Controller explained. "Please show her around." "Yes, sir," Percy said and puffed off with Rosie. That night, Rosie slept in the carriage shed. Thomas didn't speak to Percy, but Percy told Toby all about Rosie. "She's wonderful," he peeped. "She goes so smoothly down the line, and she's so funny, too." This made Thomas very upset. The next morning, Rosie was to go to the quarry when she finally met Thomas. "Hello," she greeted the little blue engine, but Thomas didn't answer. He was jealous. "This is your branch line, right?" "Yes, not yours," Thomas growled. Rosie chuckled nervously. "I'm off to the quarry. I'm collecting stone to bring to the harbor. Do you have any tips for me since you know the line so well?" Her eyes glimmered. Thomas saw his chance. The Fat Controller loves when his engines are really useful. "So you should try to take extra trucks full of stone," Thomas snickered. "I'll try my best," Rosie said cheerily. After collecting extra chucks, Rosie set off once more. As she strolled down the line, it started to snow, and the weather worsened and worsened until she could barely see through the thick snow. The signalman didn't know she was coming and didn't set the points, and Rosie was diverted onto the wrong line. She approached Gordon's Hill and struggled up. Until she finally reached the top. "I did it! Hooray!" She cheered until the heavy stone started pushing her on and on. "Oh dear!" she wailed. "I can't stop!" She panicked as she disappeared into the fog, and a loud smash was heard. "Oh no!" she cried. "I've come off the rails!" Percy soon came to her rescue and brought her back to the sheds, where Thomas was very pleased. Percy and Toby were very upset with Thomas. "You know this is your fault, right?" Percy scowled. "Good," Thomas laughed. Percy was so cross he left to the carriage shed to sleep with Rosie. Toby looked at Thomas. "You should be sorry." Rosie was crying. "What's wrong?" "Why doesn't Thomas like me?" "I'm not sure." Percy tried to console her. "Just give him time," he said reassuringly. "Just give him time."
The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. Thomas enjoys puffing all over the island. There are lots of special places to visit. Where's this? That's right. It's the coaling plant. The coaling plant is a very important place on the island of Sodor. All the steam engines need coal, so every day is a busy day at the coaling plant. One day, Thomas had been given shiny new freight cars. He didn't want to get them dirty. So Thomas backed his new cars slowly and carefully under the hopper. But Thomas's new cars wanted to be dirty. So they biffed and bashed just as the coal came out of the hopper. Thomas and the freight cars were covered in coal, but Thomas saw the cars were much happier being dirty. Coal cars are not only dirty, they're heavy. One winter's day, Edward had to work with James. The tracks were very icy. James was in a hurry, but Edward didn't want to rush. James didn't know how very icy the tracks were. His wheels started to slip and slide. James applied his brakes as hard as he could. But it was too late. Luckily, no one was hurt. Working in the coaling plant is dirty work. And some engines like to stay clean. One day, the railway inspector was going to give a prize. So that's why the coaling plant is very special for James. There are so many special places on the island of Sodor. Next time, Thomas will show us somewhere else. Percy has run out of coal. He's sad because he can't go anywhere until another engine arrives with some more. Thomas wants to cheer his friend up. He's going to tell Percy a story. Thomas wants to use things around him in the story. See if you can help him. Thomas asks Percy which engine he wants the story to be about. A fast engine, peeps Percy. Thomas sees Toby, Mavis, and Gordon. Which is the fastest? That's right. Gordon is a fast engine. Thomas is going to make up a story about Gordon. Once there was a fast engine called Gordon, tooted Thomas. One day, he was steaming quickly to... Thomas asked Percy where he'd like Gordon to go. Somewhere exciting, peeps Percy. Thomas sees a field, a bus stop, and a poster for the circus. Which is the most exciting? That's right. The circus is the most exciting place. One day, toots Thomas, Gordon steamed quickly to the circus. He was very excited to see... Thomas asked Percy what Gordon should see. Something special, peeps Percy. Thomas sees coal cars, milk churns, and a Chinese dragon. Which is the most special? Yes, a Chinese dragon is very special. One day, Gordon steamed quickly to the circus, puffed Thomas. He was very excited to see the special Chinese dragon. Percy thought it was the best story he had ever heard. In fact, now Percy's going to tell Henry the story while he's waiting for his coal. Well done, Thomas. Toby has a busy day today. He has to pick up some workmen. Then he must take them to their job in the forest. The workmen are waiting at the station. Which track should Toby take to get there? The track that goes under the bridge or the track that goes over the bridge? Are you sure, Toby? I don't think that track will get you to the station. That's right. Toby goes over the bridge to get to the station. Toby has collected the workmen. Now he must take them to the forest. Which track should Toby take to get there? The track that goes over the bridge or the track that goes under the bridge? That's right, Toby. You go under the bridge to get to the forest. Toby has collected the workmen and taken them to the forest. Toby's a really useful engine. Harold spends a lot of time flying over the island of Sodor. Sometimes he sees strange shapes below him. Can you guess what they are? This shape is long and thin. It has two flat arms sticking out on either side. And it's white. Can you guess what it is? It's Jeremy the jet plane. Jeremy is one of Harold's new friends. What other shapes can you see? This shape is a rectangle. It's black at the back, then red in the middle, and there's a gold circle. Can you guess what it is? Harold thinks it might be another one of his friends. Let's have a look. Yes, it's his friend James. The black at the back was the coal in his tender. The red was his boiler. The gold circle was his dome. Things look very different from up in the sky. But Harold knows what they are. See you soon, Harold.
The island of Sodor was in the midst of a big freeze. The snow was heavy and stuck fast. The coast seemed to escape the brunt of the heavy drifts, but further inland didn't. Thomas's branch line suffered the worst. Oh, if the drifts get any heavier, we'll need an engine stronger than you to deal with them, sighed Thomas's driver. Thomas was secretly relieved at the thought of this. He hated snow. Silly soft stuff, he groaned. The driver was right. A week later, Thomas got stuck, even with his snowplow. The branch line was forced to close. Duck, the Great Western engine, was sent to help. He was much stronger than Thomas and handled the biggest drifts with ease. The engines were glad of his help and the line reopened. Even with Duck clearing the branch line, the local schools remained closed. This meant there were lots of children playing near the railway. The engines enjoyed seeing the children tobogganing, throwing snowballs, and best of all, building snowmen. Duck arrived at the junction after clearing the line. There were lots of children on the platform. "Look at this, Duck," they called. "We've built a snowman." And a mighty fine one he is too, chuckled Duck. Watch out he doesn't board a train, they teased. The children laughed and ran happily home. Percy pondered for a moment. Can he? Can he what? Board a train? Oh, bless you, no, laughed Duck. I was just checking is all. Snowmen are made up of frozen water, explained Thomas. They aren't real. They can't come alive. Well, I'm not so sure, grinned Duck. Some children believe they come alive at night. I've heard they can even walk in the air. Rubbish, hissed Thomas. Snowmen can't come alive. And yet at Christmas, we believe reindeer can fly, said Duck simply. Thomas didn't reply. The guard's whistle blew and he puffed away. Both engines and passengers enjoyed the company of the snowman at the station. Duck would always whistle happily to it. Thomas, on the other hand, would eye it up suspiciously. One day, Percy was scampering along hauling a small goods train. As he approached the junction, he saw a red lamp on the platform. Something must be wrong, thought Percy. I'd better stop. He did so, much to the surprise of his driver and fireman. Come on, Percy, his driver called. We're not supposed to stop here. Percy looked ahead. There was the snowman with a red lamp. Thomas arrived on the other platform. Oh, my mistake, muttered Percy nervously. But as Percy set off again, he suddenly swerved into the siding. His driver quickly applied the brakes. The crew inspected the points. Look at that, gasped the fireman. They're frozen solid. We could have had a nasty accident if Percy hadn't stopped beforehand. Well done, old boy, cheered the driver. The snowman warned me, exclaimed Percy. It was all thanks to him. Nonsense, snorted Thomas. This snowman isn't alive. How could he have warned you? It was just a coincidence the lamp was next to him. The station master must have put it there. Percy wasn't so sure. The story spread fast. Duck thought it a great joke. Overnight, the snow came down even heavier. The next morning, Duck worked hard to clear the line. He was resting in the siding as Thomas was waiting impatiently for Henry's train. There was no one on the platform. I can't be kept waiting all day. If Henry doesn't arrive in the next minute, then I'm off, huffed Thomas. Still, Henry didn't come. That's it. Thomas prepared to leave. At that moment, Henry rounded the bend. He was just beyond the platform when Thomas was suddenly called back. Thomas immediately halted. Both he and Duck looked towards the station. There was no one there. Only the snowman. He looked at them, and they looked at him. What's the big idea of leaving my passengers behind? Snapped Henry. You're supposed to be a guaranteed connection. Thomas discreetly shunted his train back towards the platform. Who blew the whistle? Whispered Thomas to Duck. Duck smiled. Why don't you ask him? Thomas became apprehensive and quickly scurried away. Soon the snow lightened, and Thomas could manage the drifts by himself again. Duck was to return to his own branch line. "It'll be sad when the snow melts," said Duck. "You won't have your snowy friend anymore, but I suppose, if he really wanted to, he could always board a train for colder climates." "Now that's perhaps a little too far-fetched," said Thomas. "Strange things may have happened, but he can't start walking around. That would be impossible." "Look!" cried Percy. "The snowman's gone!" You don't think he..." Duck said nothing. He just grinned at the two engines and puffed happily away.
Stay tuned. Sofia the First is coming up next on Disney Junior.
Gather your family around you. Yours, your home for magical holidays.
Consider yourself invited to stay and celebrate with us.
I've been waiting for this all year long.
Every Friday morning in December, come see your favorite shows wrapped in holiday glow.
This is gonna be fun.
Yes! Yes! Come on, Goldie. Celebrating magical moments with family.
Dad!
Aww. Wondrous adventures with friends.
This is what the holidays are all about.
Popcorn! Yay!
See you all at the bottom.
Yahoo!
How's that? Creating memories to remember forever.
This is for you.
For me?
For me?
for? Hop on board.
Oh, boy!
Come home to Disney Junior Magical Holidays. Friday morning starting at 6/5 Central, right here on Disney Junior on Disney Channel.
Every day on Disney Junior. Sophia?
Sophia!
It's Sofia the First. She's a princess in training with a lot to learn.
This is going to be so much fun!
From up in the air
I can fly!
to way down underground.
I've never seen anything like this before.
You never know where Sophia's royal adventures will take you.
1, 2, push!
Catch Sofia the First every day on Disney Junior. When there's trouble under the sea,
Captain, I have our mission.
the one person you can always count on is a bear. He's Captain Barnacles, leader of the Octonauts.
Prepare for launch.
Right away, Captain!
He's courageous,
Here we go.
and he always looks after his crew.
Whoa, that was a close one, Quasi.
Join Captain Barnacles and the rest of the crew on Octonauts on Disney Junior.
Now it's time for Sofia the First on Disney Junior.